It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Cold bread, nigga, I been on some cold shit. I been trying to get money, stacks is emotion. Out the window, I'm loading up with a full clip. Bitch, I ain't none of them niggas you went to school with. I'm on a mission for the riches, my stock on. Them numbers going crazy like a Sandra, no stock on. My .com, bust instead of tripping, we popped off. Niggas steady hating, they block warm, invested 8 penny, dog. I stay on point like a Pentagon. No religion, they treat me like a demigod. Started small at the bottom, now we living large. I been a boss, nigga, eating like a spinner cost. I'm in my bag, I'm in my go, y'all. Walking out the bank, a nigga fresh, I need a photo. Talking distribution with the best, we up in Cobalt. I'm counting up the money with a time, ain't got no job, I'm classy. Young rich nigga on the way, yeah. I'm still hungry, hella chicken on the plate, yeah. I'm killing shit, I need to see with yellow tape. Got me weeding out the snakes, lift a nigga like some weights, Cold bread, nigga, I been on some cold shit. I been trying to get money, stacks is emotion. Out the window, I'm loading up with a full clip. Bitch, I ain't none of them niggas you went to school with. I don't speak to niggas in the cafe. Watching everybody like a matinee. Know they coming from a spot like a valet. My shit selling word of bad. Hold up.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well this afternoon. Y'all know I've been keeping very close tabs on this whole Jay-Z, Alex Spiro situation, Tony Buzbee, Jane Doe out in Alabama coming out with these false allegations, accusations, and trying to tarnish Jay-Z's reputation and career to the furthest extent that they possibly could, associating him with Diddy and all that he has going on, with all of his trafficking charges and all of that different type of stuff, right? Trying to just put him on there, clip art him with the situation. Unfortunately for Tony Buzbee and Miss Jane Doe, their plan was completely thwarted. Jay-Z stayed the course. He didn't back down. He didn't submit a settlement. He didn't, he didn't cower to their demands nor their public scrutiny, which was very severe, right? Jay-Z has talked about losing money in excess of $20 million in deals since all of this came to be about 5-6 months ago. A lot of people discussed this stuff. This was a public spectacle. People were wondering what was going on with him showing up to his daughter's Lion King premiere. People were, some people, not many, but some, were even taken aback by his appearance at the Grammys and his jovial, kind of demeanor. People didn't like that shit. They're like, why is everybody embracing this guy and he's being looked at for touching kids? Those of us with, common sense and those of us that actually followed the paperwork and what was really being said rather than emotional connection to not liking somebody, we been knew that this thing was a whole farce. But I'm glad that Jay-Z and his team have not let up. They're continuing to push this. Of course, they have an extortion lawsuit. They have another defamation lawsuit in Alabama. So they're going to continue pushing the envelope with this. They want damages. They want back pay. They want retribution for everything that Jay-Z has lost and encountered and had to defend himself against for these past about 5-6 months. So now Alex Spiro has made his way to, ABC News. He's on there talking to the news. They also have audio of Miss Jane Doe. Remember, just about a week or so ago, we talked about Jay-Z saying that they have evidence of Jane Doe admitting that Tony Buzbee coerced her into adding Jay-Z to the lawsuit. They came out and said that that was false. They said that she was being intimidated. They tried to make it seem like she was being harassed, that she was afraid, that she was asking people to leave, and that she seemed, flustered when approached by the private investigators. However, the private investigators came out and dropped a statement, a declaration, saying that they are willing to testify to their declaration that she was even killed, that she was relaxed, that she had no problem speaking to them, and admitted exactly what was said, that she was coerced, that Tony Buzbee was the one who brought the idea of adding Jay-Z to the lawsuit. And now we have audio. We got audio on the news. Y'all like to play them public games? I wonder how Tony Buzbee's feeling today. Now, I do know that nigga's a motherfucking devil. So even with him being actively exposed in front of our eyes, he ain't too phased. Cause a guy like him, he's on to the next thing. He may not like Jay-Z. He may not like that Jay-Z is utilizing all of his resources to expose his ass. But Tony Buzbee, he got bigger fish to fry, right? Because his whole career is contingent upon these types of cases. So if one fails, he gonna find 10 others. That motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Diddy shit, he's reeling back from the Diddy shit. This ain't the last you're gonna hear from that motherfucker. He gonna find another corporation, another business to extort and get 400, 500 million out of. And that's just what he does until the legal system actually enforces penalties, disbars his ass, discontinues his legal practice, or something to that extent, which for whatever reason has not been done yet. But I'm glad that we're all getting to witness it in real time, because that day may be coming. Okay. But let's go ahead and pull up this news appearance from Alex Spiro and get into what needs to be talked about, baby.
The woman who accused Jay-Z of sexual assault has already dropped her lawsuit. But now, for the first time, you're going to hear the story behind the bombshell accusation that has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z's lawyer says it should put to rest any doubt about his innocence. This morning, the woman who said she was 13 when Sean Jay-Z Carter and Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards is heard talking to private investigators about her claim and agreeing that Jay-Z did not assault her.
But Jay-Z you're saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. It was strictly, yeah.
The woman is also heard saying her lawyer put her up to suing one of the world's most recognizable stars.
He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him.
With Jay-Z. Buzbee did?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
No.
ABC News exclusively obtained a minute-long excerpt of the recording made days after the woman, identified as Jane Doe, permanently dropped her lawsuit against both Carter and Combs last month.
The people around Mr. Carter wanted to know what happened behind closed doors. And so they asked for her to be interviewed. The interview occurred, and the tape speaks for itself. She says, in no uncertain terms, Mr. Carter did not do this. It is effectively a lie. And the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to involve him, pushed to include him by a lawyer.
The accuser's lawyer, Tony Buzbee, called it a blatant lie that he pushed Jane Doe to sue Jay-Z, and he sent us this recording of a phone call with his client.
They say that they have you on tape denying that Jay-Z assaulted you. Is that true?
No. I don't. I've never said that.
Well, ma'am, the tale of the tape says quite different. You said it was Buzbee's idea, really. So now you're lying to your lawyer. You don't know, you got your lies mixed up. You don't know, you know, people been giving you a lot of credit. People been saying, oh, Tony Buzbee is the one who's moving your pieces. I'm starting to wonder if you're really the one that's out here moving the pieces. You lying over here? You lying to him? This the man who allegedly put you up to everything. He flew you out, promised you money, made it seem like everything was going to be good. So we like, okay, maybe Tony Buzbee's the one responsible for this. We know he's a con artist. He's a fucking fraud. But you even lying to him. Damn, that's scandalous. All my Tupac fans, y'all know. Scandalous. What the hell? Let me get back to this.
Okay. They also say that you told them, and they have it on tape, that I, Tony Buzbee, told you to came up with this plan and told you to say that Jay-Z assaulted you so you would get more money.
No.
Jane Doe said in a court.
That nigga mad as fuck. That boy pissed. He couldn't believe his ears. I love it. I love when a motherfucker get taken down that deserve it. It's not about, you know, tap dancing on nobody's grave or celebrating anybody's hardship. But when you make a living off of creating hardship for people, creating salacious lawsuits to get quick settlements because these celebrities don't want their name to be associated with the heinous acts that you try to pin against them unlawfully, yeah, you deserve every ounce of embarrassment, motherfucker. You deserve tenfold what you've put out there on other people. I can only imagine the other celebrities that have not been unearthed or brought to the table because they shelled out money out of their hard-earned motherfucking bank accounts just so that they wouldn't be in this position. You sorry mofo.
Filing, although I ultimately chose not to pursue them, I stand by my claims. She says in a sworn declaration that she felt intimidated and terrified at being confronted by these two individuals on my doorstep. Was she coerced in any way?
Of course not. They did not coerce her, promise or threaten her in any way, shape, or form. She voluntarily met and spoke to them, and she told them her truth, which was, under no circumstances did Mr. Carter do this. And number two, the only reason he's even involved in this is she was pushed to introduce him by a lawyer.
Does your client know Jane Doe?
No.
Ever met her?
No, Mr. Carter doesn't know Jane Doe, never met Jane Doe. There's no truth to any of this.
One of the world's best-selling artists with more than 140 million albums sold, Jay-Z is also husband to Beyonce and a father of 3.
Like we from Lagos, man, Samusa reincarnated. We on our levels, that's
He vehemently denied the allegations at the outset. He spoke about the painful impact that they had, especially on his kids. How as a father, has he tried to handle this?
It's tough to hear a false lie said about you, spread through the internet, and affecting your children. It's tough on him. It's tough on anybody. But what he does is he proves himself innocent. Today is hopefully the final chapter in that, and then they're going to move forward. That's what Jay does.
Jay-Z is now suing Jane Doe and her lawyer for defamation. Why not let it lie? The case is gone.
The truth had to fully come out. This person cannot be allowed to sort of hide from the reality that this was a false accusation.
While the accuser's lawsuit against Jay-Z and Sean Combs was dismissed, Combs still faces a number of other civil claims from other accusers, which he denies. And on Friday, guys, Combs is due in court to plead not guilty to a new indictment in his federal case.
So many of the indictments he's facing, Combs is.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad they paused right on your ass. Why not let it lie? Cause they been doing all the lying. These motherfuckers been lying more than a goddamn Persian rug. What are you saying? These motherfuckers been lying for months. Why not let it lie? Let you lie. Goddamn. And some of these people out here is Rihanna and Eminem because they love the way them motherfuckers lied. No. We must rectify. We do not pacify. It's time. Now, let me stop. But y'all, bruh, why not let it lie? Motherfucker. Now, some people may feel like my language is too strong. I'm sorry if I offend you. My apologies. But get the fuck on if you got to, okay? My insiders know what it is over. They know how we talk. And I think I've tamed myself a bit in recent months, so there's that. So yeah, there's that. There's the news interview of Alex Spiro talking about this whole case, exposing the audio. They say they have about a minute of audio. I wish they would have played the entirety of it just so that we could hear a little bit more context of the conversation, hear a little bit more of her relaxed tone, because she did sound very relaxed. She did not sound frantic or like she was being intimidated or that she was like under any sort of duress. She seemed very relaxed and at some point, you know, that it seemed honest. I mean, we just saw in plain audio, she lied to her attorney who's been, you know, betting the house on her funny how the tables have turned on that. Now, of course, I just spoke to y'all about this thing with the private investigators submitting their declarations, of course, and are willing to testify in court if needed to speak to the nature of that conversation. They also have more audio, of course, because that's only a clip. So if they needed to actually take it to court, then they have plenty. I believe that Alabama is a one-party state in terms of recording a conversation, so that is something that will be admissible in court if needed. This shit is a shit show, but I'm glad that the show is actually swaying in the direction that it's supposed to now that Jay-Z has, got the wind behind him. She's dropped the lawsuit. It can't be revisited. They now have the opportunity to pursue their own legal action. They're bringing all of their resources, all of their legal aid, all of their evidence, everything that they have to fight this. And again, people have been talking about Jay-Z being this excellent businessman, this billionaire. So you know he's going to spare no expense to clear his name legally and make sure that he gets his retribution, which I personally believe he is owed. And whatever they say he's owed even more. Not because I'm a Jay-Z fan, not because I grew up listening to his music, but because if you were the person that were sitting in his seat having to endure what he did, to have an industry that you've cultivated your spot within for 30 to 40 years, have to question your character, for people to have to back out from doing deals with you, at least even if just temporarily, right? That affects not only him, but also it affects the reputation of his company, Rock Nation, because anything that Jay-Z does, Rock Nation gets thrown into the fire, because people seem to want to believe that Rock Nation is some sort of evil empire that's out here trying to incriminate innocent people and and make other artists suffer, when I've seen Rock Nation do nothing but help artists thrive. Help artists get out of bad situations with their labels and get their money that they're owed. You know what I'm saying? Help motherfuckers get out of jail and things of that nature. Helping people like Lauryn Hill pay off their debt so that she could get out of jail. But I guess those things are never received with the same amount of energy and fervor than fairy tales, as one Drake would call it, okay? But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Y'all know if any further updates are submitted in either case, whether that be the one in California against Buzbee or the one in Alabama against Buzbee and Jane Doe, I'll be sure to let y'all know. The last update was that Jay-Z is still moving forward, allowing her to be identified as a pseudonym. They're trying to figure out the proper way to like serve her papers, because though she is called Jane Doe, he's trying to make sure that she's properly served so that she can make sure that she's notified and going to court or any hearings or submitting any of her rebuttals to his claims, right? But outside of that, there's no standout updates just yet, but I'm sure in the coming days to weeks, there will be plenty to talk about in this, all right? Again, be sure to like and share this video. These stories vindicating Jay-Z are not sexy as the ones that were taking him down, so I definitely need your assistance in sharing this on social media, tagging somebody, post it on your community wall, whatever you got to, you know what I'm saying? If you feel so compelled to do so, I would greatly appreciate it so that we can make sure that the truth gets out there a little bit further than the lies. All right. Much love and respect. I'll catch y'all on the next one. We got more content coming for today. So I'll be back shortly. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit on my almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck.
No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.